Looking at the second Wollstonecraft reading, keeping these videos short, I just wanted to respond to the first two paragraphs, which are really, really very interesting. This is chapter 4, Observations on the State of Degradation to which woman is reduced by various causes, that women are degraded in society, is the claim. And opens in a very interesting way. She says, I lament that women are systematically degraded by receiving the trivial attentions which men think it manly to pay to the sex, when in fact they are insultingly supporting their own superiority. It is not condescension to bow to an inferior. So ludicrous, in fact, do these ceremonies appear to me, that I scarcely am able to govern my muscles when I see a man start with eager and serious solicitude to lift a handkerchief or shut a door, when the lady could have done it herself, had she only moved a pace or two. Now that's really very interesting observation, a very interesting expression of outrage. Part of the claim here, of how women are degraded in their society, is that men treat them, they infantilize them, they treat them as weak. They give them the trivial intentions. They lift a handkerchief if it's dropped. They shut a door or open a door, or in some way or another, they act in a way that they would probably describe as chivalrous, but is really a way of putting women in their place. This notion that women need help, that they're weak, that a lady must always be catered to, is something that drives her insane. Which is a very interesting thing, you know. I mean, there's a lot of still very well-entrenched behaviors that men adopt towards women that they consider to be politeness, which she is interpreting as a form of degradation. And then the second paragraph, a wild wish has just flown from my heart to my head, and I will not stifle it, though it may excite a horse laugh. I do earnestly wish to see the distinction of sex confounded in society, unless where love animates the behavior. For this distinction is, I am firmly persuaded, the foundation of the weakness of character ascribed to woman, is the cause why the understanding is neglected, whilst accomplishments are acquired with sedulous care, and the same cause accounts for the preferring the graceful before the heroic virtues. That initial statement, that she wishes to see the distinction of sex confounded in society, that I take that to mean that she wishes that people weren't treated any differently according to what gender or what sex they are in society. And she makes an allowance for where love animates the behavior, that is, romantic love between man and woman, she would say, is the only exception here, that the only that obviously is complicated. I mean, she expresses no, let's just take her at her word. I was going to say that she expresses no real opinions about being homosexual, being gay. She actually does in places, and she obviously is homophobic, as almost everybody was in those days, but that's a complication. I think that what she's saying here is, that she wishes to see the distinction of sex confounded is basically that she doesn't think that there should be discrimination on the basis of sex, that women shouldn't be treated any differently than men. That is a radical opinion in the time. It may not seem radical to us. In fact, it may be something that we take for granted, that to do any different would be a violation of civil rights. But I think also she means something beyond the law. She means that people should just treat each other as people and not treat each other as men or women. And that I think is still quite a radical thing to say. I mean, I have to say I completely agree with it. But still, it's quite a revolutionary thing to see the distinction of sex confounded in society. What an amazing study writing in the 1790s. What an amazing book.